Hey, this is MacCam89. Welcome to the channel. And today I got another thrifting video for you. Just a couple items that I was able to pick up the past couple of weeks. I'm going to try to do these every time I get a few items. I don't want to just make a video when I just have one or two. Make it a little bit worth the watch here. But I did go to my local Savers as usual, and I did get a couple of good finds here. And there's been a past couple of weeks where I haven't gotten anything. And that's pretty much your typical when you're out thrifting. You know, I know sometimes you can watch these videos and it makes it seem like you're always getting some kind of good haul, but it's not always the case. And took me a couple weeks to get what I'm about to show you, and it's not a lot, but we have a good variety: some Xbox, PlayStation 2, and a PS3 game as well. So let's get into it. So the first game that I got, and I was pretty excited about this one because I do have the first one. And I was looking for the second one, and I'd like to eventually do some playthroughs of this one. Maybe a Friday night game and chill episode. But that is Star Wars The Force Unleashed Part 2. Again, I do have the first one. That one is for $5.99. I did not check what they were going for on eBay. But even the prices that I'm showing you here, I typically get a discount. And on this haul, I did get a couple bucks off because of rewards points. So my local Savers, kind of the more you spend, and on your phone number there, there'll be like extra discounts that you get. Plus, they also had like a media day, so all media was on discount. So whether it be movies, video games, it all counted. So you got additional discount. So the tag says $5.99, but I think I paid more, like $4 for this one. It is not complete in box. It is missing the manual. But the disc is in pretty good shape, so I'm still excited about that. Star Wars Force Unleashed Part 2. Alright, getting into some PlayStation 2 titles. I was able to get Call of Duty The Finest Hour. Now, I have not played this one for the PlayStation 2. I may have played it for the Xbox, but this one is complete in box, so it does come with the manual, the disc. That one is at $4.99, but again, at that discounted rate, so it's a little bit less than that. I think it's a fair price for this type of game. I didn't have it, so glad to have any Call of Duty game in the collection. They're typically good games, even the older titles. If you like shooters, you're typically going to like any Call of Duty. And sticking with the same theme, this one here is Call of Duty 2, the big red one. Now, I do own this on the Nintendo GameCube. Do not own the PS2 version, so glad to have this one here. Let me see if it's complete in box. It is, so it does have the manual, and I'm actually excited to play this one because the GameCube version seems to have some kind of audio issues with it. Gameplay-wise, it plays fine, but it seems to have some audio issues where background noises seem pretty quiet. Like in the beginning mission, you'll see this anti-air gun that's going off, and it doesn't sound right. It just sounds weird. And I was reading on some forums, and I guess the GameCube version has some sound issues. So I'm curious to see if those same issues carry over into the PS2 version, or if this is just a better version of that game. I'm expecting the GameCube to look better visually, but I'm expecting better audio out of the PlayStation system. And the last game is an original Xbox title. Not a typical game that I would personally play, but I know this is something that the kids would like. So usually when I see titles like this, I'll pick it up, you know, with the idea of being able to play with them, or, you know, watching them play. And that is The Incredibles Rise of the Underminer for the original Xbox. $6.99, but I did get a discount, probably $1 or so off with my rewards points. This one, if I had to guess, I think it is completely. It is. So it does have the manual and the disc. And I might throw some gameplay footage of some of these titles up here so that you can see what they're looking at as I'm talking about them. So, you know, as you notice, mostly on this channel, I typically am looking for disc-based systems, and that's really what I'm collecting for. If I do get cartridge based, if I find like a good deal on a cartridge based system, titles, I will buy them. It's just they're very rare to come across at a Savers, or at least the Savers that I go to. I've only come across a handful of them. There was one time, there was a couple of Game Gear games that I bought, and my Retron 5 died. And I haven't bought a new Retron 5, so I can't play a lot of those, older handheld systems anymore until I eventually either buy a Game Gear or Nomad or whatever, or I bite the bullet and end up buying another Retron 5. But right now I'm kind of reluctant to. Maybe in the future, if I start collecting more cartridge based, I'll bite the bullet and get a Retron 5. Right now I use the Super Retro Trio 3 Plus, and that does NES, Super NES, and Sega Genesis. So I'll typically will pick up those if I find it. The only other game that I found thrifting is Bayou Billy, and I did not like that game. Apparently the Japanese version is the better way to play it, but I did not like the American version, at least. It's really difficult game, really for no reason, and it wasn't enjoyable enough for me to continue to grind, so I ended up selling that on eBay. But anyways, this video is getting a little bit longer. I'm kind of rambling now. I hope you enjoyed this type of content. I've been enjoying making it for you, and going out thrifting and going out to other game stores. I do have another video in the works as well as a new series that I'm working on too. So that'll be premiering soon. But thank you for the likes, the comments, the new subscribers, and those that have been subscribed and have been watching and commenting. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. And as always, God bless.